ambiance. Oh, I'm not ready. Look at this shirt. Isn't it great? Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about a theory that you might have heard me mention a lot on my channel. Sorry, I pulled it up on desktop. But look, literally, all these posts, they're about this theory of Tate and his twin, and I just wanted to make a video so I could clear out all the shit on my channel because it's annoying and now my theme looks like crap, so. I'm going to be giving some evidence and talking about it. To begin with, if you look at one of the promotional posters for American Horror Story, you can see that in, I think, the upper right corner, there is two twin boys, both wearing Converse, both dressed the same. I think they appear to be blonde. Striped shirts, which, as you know, Tate wears this, like, little adorable striped sweat or something that I want in my life. Like, seriously, I will buy that shit. So I'm going to read the caption of this post that I posted, which is, Tate has a twin who is the fourth child of Constance. Well, Violet is Googling the Westfield High Massacre. You can see some website, it refers to the killers in plural. Killers and criminals. It's possible the twins A, shot up to school with Tate, or B, shot up to school alone, which is why Tate has no recollection of doing it. However, the first seems more likely, but not impossible. The second could be the reason that Tate was able to love Violet and show remorse, characteristics unlike those diagnosed with psychosis. Not all of this information is credible. I wanted to get that off my chest, first of all. This was like in the very beginning of my addiction before I'd really done any research. I just kind of knew the basic. But you guys really, it was kind of like blowing your mind, so I decided to do more. And from a Tumblr page that I will put right here because I don't really remember it or what it was called. Why is the sun suddenly, like, blinding me? In the first episode, the very, very beginning, while Tate is having that session with Dr. Harmon, you can see that behind Dr. Harmon, for, like, literally 0.2 seconds, it's very quick, there's a bloody boy who's standing behind him. Looks exactly like Tate. Somebody brilliant and somehow managed to screenshot it, and, you can see that the boy has shorter hair and is bleeding from the head. So Default and Artesa also sent me some pictures, and yeah, so I'm gonna put these as well up here. When you see Tate shirtless, which you do a couple times, you don't see any bullet wounds or anything in his chest, which is odd because obviously old Myra has like the ghost eye, Nora has bullet wound in her head. All of Tate's victims, you can like see where they were shot. Going along with the appearance thing, in Piggy Piggy, Tate has like scars and like I guess disfigurements on his face, although they're very like light, and yeah. In some of the other episodes, however, he doesn't, which is interesting because it's definitely obviously a change in appearance. Another picture, which is when Violet is like finding out that Tate is a killer. She's looking through all these website results. Apparently someone was brilliant and paused it, and you can see that killers, the plural, is used for possessive as well as criminals. Evan's Big Peter pointed out and told me that pretty much it was a hint that was based on Columbine. Yes, there were two shooters in Columbine, which is kind of like disproving that, but also adding that like two people probably did it. I don't know. But they also did change other details, like obviously the name of the school, but they didn't change that. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. This is one of the weaker points of evidence I have, but when Vivian, well, when all the ghosts are just like planning to steal Vivian's baby, they find two cribs, and obviously one of these might be one of the Montgomerys, and one of them was probably Tate's. But like, why would you need two cribs even then? Like, you know, I would imagine the Constance would use Nora's. This brings me to another point, which is that throughout the entire series, there's definitely a theme of twins and like babies in general. But yeah, you know, you have Vivian's babies, which I guess one is evil, one is not. And then you have Troy and Brian, I believe that's his name. And yeah, it's definitely a theme throughout the series. And maybe, and I'm not saying that this is definitely a possibility, but maybe Tate and his twin were very much like Vivian's children, and one of them was like a baby, one of the Antichrists. And then Default and Artesa posted on one of my posts, or like commented on one of my posts, and she said, and Tate wrote Taint on a chalkboard. That could have been the name of his twin. That blew my mind. It was like, holy shit, that could have been, that would be really cool. And lots of people were like, and now, who would name their child Taint? And to that, I respond, who would name their child Tate? Or Constance? Really, even Beauregard? Like, I mean, yeah. Also, I just wanted to remind anyone, in case you're unaware of this, but Constance did mention 4 children, and we know there was Tate, Adelaide, and Beauregard. We don't know who the 4th one is, and so that's why this hypothesis whole thing came. Also, people, I know, like Iliam and Peters said the albino brother, which I posted a picture of, and I'll put right here, was also the 4th child. Now, I definitely know there was an albino ghost in the house, but I didn't really know that it was like mentioned, stated very clearly by Ryan Murphy or someone else who would know that it was in fact Tate's brother or the 4th Lyndon. It's so sporadic, but I just wanted to get out of there that I don't think that Tate and his brother or the twin would in any way be related to Troy and Brian, because we already had the names for Troy and Brian, and obviously they're very different and redheaded and freckled, and they don't look the same. And then I'm gonna read some like kind of theories that my people posted on the post that I posted. So many posts did. Laura's art said, that makes sense. Like, what if he did have one and he dragged his twin into the killing and he raped Vivian, knowing that since no one knew about him, it would get Violet to hate him as much as the twin hates Tate. Or he hated Tate all his life because no one cared about him. So he killed the people, got Tate killed, died at some point, and then haunted Tate in death, which they both are dead. Man, I would love that theory to be correct, because that would mean that Tate and Violet could just be like happily for the rest of their life. Asylum_Irvin said, like, maybe Tate and his twin showed up at school, but because Tate was high, we saw him take drugs. He did cocaine before he did anything, like, you know, set his stepdad on fire and such. He could have shot his twin, explains blood, and then the SWAT team killed Tate. Yeah. I didn't even see this comment before, but Rebecca .y said, this could be Kyle, OMG, at a.cream6. That blew my mind. That would be really great, and a great like way to connect those seasons. So yeah, I thought that was just really interesting theory that I wanted to get out there and talk about, and because I know a lot of people like have just kind of come to my page, have comments and likes the theories, and a lot of people have been like, what the fuck? And that's what I was like too. Also, I just want to make a point of saying that I absolutely know that this is not 100% real. This is a theory. This is an American Horror Story theory that is a possible connection of the seasons. I also want to admit that I do desperately want this to be right, because I really shipped Violet and I want Tate and Violet together. And I want the twin to have raped me and done everything bad, so I don't feel guilty about wanting them together. But yeah, go ahead, comment your theories down below. I know that I might not have gotten all of this correct and you might disagree with me. It would be great if you weren't just like, yeah, there will never be a twin with Tate, because that annoys me, because like, you don't know, and I obviously don't know either. I'm so invested in this. I think I'm gonna make like an AHS conspiracy page maybe, because I think that would be great, and yeah, like I said, it's really clouding on my feed and kind of, it's very meh. And post not just this conspiracy or this theory, but many others, because I know there are definitely a lot out there, especially about the 4th child. And also about whether or not Tate remembered being killed, because Billy Dean said he didn't. Which is another point to the Tate theory, because maybe his twin was shot by the SWAT team. Although that would mean that Tate raped Vivian. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment your theories down below.